You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days fans. We just got a glimpse of some spoilers for next week for Fiona Cook and her boy toy Brady Black, and it seems a booze-fueled crime spree may be on the menu, and Sarah Horton may be in danger from the drunken exploits of her new mother-in-law. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to reveal these spoilers and the heartbreak they may cause, but first, please subscribe if you're not following us already. So, this week, we have Brady Black slipping into Fiona Cook's sheets while they're 3 sheets to the wind, coincidentally. This is clearly Brady running to Fiona because he's heartbroken over Theresa's duplicity and he doesn't have any other ladies in his life to make him feel good. I mean, Brady could always run and hop in bed with Kristen DiMera again, but that would be absolute madness since he finally got her to stop pursuing him so aggressively. Other than that, Brady's got no other hot prospects. And despite their age gap, Fiona is definitely a gorgeous babe. If you're curious about their age gap, Eric Martsolf, who plays Brady, is 53, and Serena Scott Thomas, who plays Mama Fiona, is 62. 9 years. That's not much of an age gap for a soap opera. The more problematic thing to me is that her on-screen son, Xander, who is played by 44-year-old Paul Telfer. So Mama Fiona would have had to have been 17 when she got pregnant and 18 when she had him. Not impossible. It's just, the age gaps of everybody is always very interesting to me. So this is Brady's 3rd time hanging out with Xander's mama in her hotel room. And even though they've shared a bed a couple of times, they have not bumped uglies yet. But they fell into bed making out on an episode this week. And by Wednesday, August 7th, Days spoilers say Fiona and Brady agree they need to keep their boozing secret, and also the fact that they are boning secret. So Xander might well have an aneurysm if he knew the knickers he picked up off her hotel room floor belonged to Brady. And by the way, kudos to the writers for referring to sweet bits as naughty bits. That made me laugh out loud. But I'm sure before everything shakes out, Xander obviously is going to find out Brady's been doing bad things to his mommy while naked, and also while they're drunk and sloppy, and we may see Xander punch Brady in the face. Would not surprise me at all. I'm okay with all that. But it seems Fiona and Brady head down a much darker path next week, according to the latest official NBC soap spoilers that are coming out. This week, Fiona and Brady get intimate, and then she needs to get cleaned up to head to Xander and Sarah's wedding redo. I'm assuming it's at the Kiriakis mansion. On Thursday, Brady is stunned to see Tate back in Salem, but if his kid finds him smelling like booze, that conversation will get out of control fast and might lead Brady into yet another bender. That sets the stage for these Brady and Fiona spoilers for the week of August 12th. So, on Tuesday, August 13th, Brady and Fiona give in to the demands of their inner demons and they get drunk again. And this time, it looks like they don't contain their debauchery and drunkenness to her hotel room. They go out and about in Salem while in this state, and that's not a good thing. Spoilers for Wednesday, August 14th, have Fiona dragging Brady away from the scene of a crime. Okay? And the next day, on Thursday, August 15th, assuming that Fiona gets him away from this mess, Brady sobers up and he tries to recall what happened the night before. It's kind of a drunken blur. If somebody is drinking to the point of blacking out and there's some kind of crime, it could be anything from a DUI to an assault to a robbery fueled by booze and bad choices, even, manslaughter. But there's another spoiler for next week for Days that has me worried it might be something really, really bad coming. Because on Wednesday, August 14th, the same day that Fiona drags Brady away from the scene of a crime, Xander is looking for Sarah. Now, that could be something as benign as she's late getting home from work and he calls the hospital to see where she is, and maybe she swung by Sweet Bits to pick up donuts, but they wouldn't waste Xander's on-screen time with that. They wouldn't waste a spoiler on that. So it sounds like Sarah is missing. So I do wonder if Brady was driving drunk and he and Fiona ran down Sarah or something like that. I mean, we kind of know to expect awful things from Fiona Cook. She's been lying since she rolled into Salem. She's pressuring Xander to take his place as Victor's heir running Titan Industries. And Fiona also voiced her disapproval of Xander still wanting to marry Sarah. Fiona thinks it's rushed, but Sarah basically told her to kick rocks and says she loves the man, not the money. And then this week, on Wednesday the 7th, Xander's dream comes true and he makes Sarah his wife again. Xander, at that point, will have everything he needs. He finally has validation about his ties to Victor, even though it's complicated and messy. He's got a beautiful wife, Sarah. They have a gorgeous little daughter, Victoria, and Xander has got maybe the best and most loving mother-in-law on the soaps, Maggie Kiriakis. And he has the big desk at Titan waiting for him if he wants it. And Alex even slipped off the watch that belongs to Victor's heir and handed it to Xander. So, of course, Days of Our Lives is probably going to rip his life apart just when Xander is finally getting everything together, getting everything he wants. And if something does happen to Sarah, that would devastate Xander. It would ruin everything. And even worse, if Fiona is involved, you know, Xander's long lost mother, that would be just truly, truly terrible. And we know Ron Carlivati likes to write truly terrible things. So I can imagine if Fiona and Brady do accidentally hurt Sarah out on their drunken rampage, that Fiona would do anything to keep Xander from finding out that she's still a booze hound and abandon the scene of a crime where Sarah was hurt, especially if they hit her with the car. And this kind of circles back to a past plot. Remember when Maggie, her drunken daughter, had loaded her into the car and then ran the car into the one that Adrian and Sarah were in? And that resulted in the loss of Sarah's baby. And that was kind of a drunken thing. It turned out Maggie wasn't drunk. She had been set up. But still, this is very reminiscent. And Ron Carlivati is not called Rerun for no reason. So we'll see. But, you know, the ongoing drinking Fiona's doing, that's something Xander could probably look past. But hurting Sarah in any way, shape, or form, putting a scratch on his beloved Sarah, well, that's a deal breaker for Xander. And this week, he was already kind enough to forgive Fiona for making his life hard when he was growing up. But that whole conversation only happened because Sarah pressured him to make peace. You know, she nagged him until he gave her some info so that she could send his mom an invitation. She's been very invested in Fiona getting to know their granddaughter. Fiona so far does not seem interested in knowing their granddaughter. That right there tells you a whole lot about the woman. She's too busy boozing and boning Brady to bother to go, you know, hold the grandkid. Terrible. But if these spoilers for next week turn out to mean that Brady and Fiona hurt Sarah, well, things are about to get really ugly. What do you think? Will Fiona and Brady do some kind of harm to Sarah? Hit her with the car while he's drinking? I don't know, you know, accidentally knock her off a parapet or something when they're drinking. Will Sarah be collateral damage to Fiona and Brady's inappropriate antics? The spoilers have me worried. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments. Please subscribe if you're not following us, and definitely come back soon. We're here talking Days of Our Lives 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.